Rains, and I'm back for another episode of the Random Thoughts of Rain podcast. This is the live edition. I think this is what, number 5? The live edition that we've done. So I am truly, truly, truly grateful and honored that you all have tuned in. And I want to say, first of all, shouts out to MPN, another successful MPN Network Night. Mr. Al Pete, boom, boom, bang, bang. Yeah. MJ Baker. I was trying to give each of y'all your own moment. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to just run it all together.
Well, we appreciate you.
And once again, my name is Love Reigns, and I'm truly honored to be a part of the MPN Network. So y'all make sure y'all follow and support the MPN Network. We are doing some big and major things. Make sure you tell a friend and tell another friend to tell their mom and them that this is where they need to be. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned. I want to give a shout out to some unofficial sponsors of the show. Shouts out to Just Amanda Bet. So y'all make sure y'all check her out for my shirt. I will, period. Okay? Period. I will, period. End of story. That's it. So y'all make sure y'all support Just Amanda. Yeah, I don't have Alcavita water, but shouts out to Alcavita water. You know, just did an amazing event there this past weekend. So shouts out to Creative Canvas for allowing me to host their amazing event at Alcavita. And Random Thoughts of Rain is approaching episode 100. Woo! I did it. 100 episodes. I'm actually up to like 120 at this point. But right now, we are going to release episode 100 on April 13th. And I have a very special guest on that day. I haven't quite decided how we're going to celebrate. Maybe we'll get some cupcakes or something. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. But y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Follow the hashtag Random Thoughts of Rain. Also doing a 100 Acts of Love campaign just to celebrate the 100th episode. So that means just, any and every time you decide to just do a random act of love for yourself or for anybody, just post about it and tag me. Hashtag RTOR Acts of Love. That's hashtag RTOR Acts of Love. Hashtag Random Thoughts of Rain. Just to celebrate, everything that love reigns. You see what I did there? Because we rain love around here. So tonight, I am truly honored to be joined virtually, right? I have an amazing guest. He actually was one of my guests on the Random Thoughts of Rain, the audio edition, and he just released his first publication, Journey to Love, 40 letters to love. And I don't know about y'all, but I love when men talk about love. I really do. So he is very vulnerable in this book, and he also has produced and directed some videos to go along with his book. So I'm gonna read his bio just to make sure I don't miss nothing. So Booker Snow, aka East Paul Snow. East Paul Snow is the alter ego of the eclectic, multi-hyphenate American entertainer Booker Snow. As a self-proclaimed voice for the voiceless, East Paul Snow's art encourages people to be more transparent, courageous, and comfortable in sharing their thoughts regarding various emotions and experiences. His Motown roots has gifted him with a natural passion for entertainment from an early age. East Paul Snow's edgy storytelling and compelling subject matter exposes him as a transparent artist who can trigger a sincere, introspective response in his listeners, and that he does. So, the one and only Mr. Booker Snow, aka East Paul Snow, what's up?
I'm trying to figure out who wrote that.
That's you. So, I know who you are, and I know how amazing you are. Although we haven't met in person yet, we've met virtually, and we've had some really great and in-depth conversations. But tell the people who you are and tell them, why you're dope.
Well, my name is Booker Snow. I also go by Paul Snow. I'm a rap artist, writer, publicist, um, screenplay writer, director, and all of this has happened in the last 2 months.
You've been doing a lot. A lot can happen in
Yeah.
6 months. So, as
Yes, it's crazy because we were set to shoot a movie in April,
uh-huh.
and because it had more moving parts than we anticipated, so we decided to put a hold on that one.
Hmm.
And I have a new script ready already.
Wow.
Yeah,
So what? But you're gonna. But you're still. The movie is still in the works, right?
yes. We're gonna probably at the new year maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, but this next one is going.
I'm
This next one gonna be a
excited.
monster. Promise.
Listen, I'm excited because I was watching the so Booker has done some visual accompaniment to his book Journey to Love, which is his first publication. One of the films is a short film of one of his poems. One is called Letter to Home, right? Or Letter 24.
Yeah,
Letter
letter
24
24.
Home. Yes, starring the one and only Miss Jessica Care Moore, right?
Yeah.
So let's back up. Journey to Love. What This is a very vulnerable book, and you're talking. This is 40 letters. Yes. Shameless plug. So 40 letters to love. Like, what was the inspiration? And I really want to talk about what gave you the courage, because it's not always easy, right? We don't always make it easy for men, especially black men, to be vulnerable, right, and share emotions and feelings and be transparent. So what was the inspiration for Journey to Love?
So the idea was to write a series of love letters to the young lady I was interested in high school, and it never came to pass. So I figured I wrote her, the first letter in the book is the letter I actually wrote to her and I sent it to her, and she responded.
Uh-huh.
And so we ended up having a few conversations, and this thing I know we were dating for a while.
Nice. So that letter must have been pretty powerful. What was her response?
She simply said we need to talk, and I literally put my phone down and was like, no, we don't.
Like, what we need
And
to
then
talk about?
my sister talked me into making the phone call.
That's what's up. That's awesome.
Yeah, because I wasn't gonna call.
What? But why? Why weren't you gonna call her? Or you thought maybe she was gonna like clown you or something?
No, you know what? I'm one of those. I love the idea of love, but love scares the life out of me.
I get that.
It's not something. There's no guarantee that love is gonna be sugar and spice and everything nice. Like love has ups, highs, lows,
Right.
peaks, valleys. It's a lot that comes with it. It's not all just compliments and flowers and candy.
Right. That's true. So
Yeah.
fast forward to you actually deciding to put together a book and release it. Like, what was that process like?
You know what the crazy thing is? She's the one who told me to.
She told you to write a book?
She told me, yeah, she said, these are great. You need to put this together in the book and release them.
That's what's up.
And I thought that was amazing.
Yeah. For real. I mean,
Yeah, and then I reached out
for her to encourage you to do that?
to a couple of my friends. I'm sorry, say it.
No, I was saying for her to encourage you to do that, like that's dope.
Yeah. Between her, I had a lot of people that are close with me who were in my case about putting something out. And then my mom has always been on my head about releasing some of my art.
Yeah. So I'm sorry if I'm looking both. I'm trying to make sure I look at you. So
Oh.
I'm looking all over the place. I'm looking all. So did she when you released the book, the young lady that you wrote the first letter to, was she one of the first people that read it?
No. Well, technically, yes, because they were letters that I actually wrote to her.
Okay, okay.
So, like, every letter in there is a letter I wrote to her.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what were her
I
what were her
actually did
thoughts on it?
60, and those are just 40 of the 60 that I did. I did one a day.
That's what's up. So once you released it and she actually read the book and you told her that you released the book, what was her thought?
She was so proud of me. I mean, the thing is that the relationship didn't work as far as the actual dating and everything else.
Yeah.
But she's an absolute sweetheart. She's in full support. She made sure I knew how to. She can help me with practice interviews, like everything.
Yeah. That's what's up. So when you decided to release the book and then do the visual, because I think honestly, I love that you decided to do visuals to go along with some of the letters. How did you choose which letters that you were going to do visuals to?
I asked black women. I didn't choose any of them actually. I was told which ones to do, and I had the vision for them once I was told which ones. But I try to listen to you guys as much as possible.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a good thing.
It's hard to be like, you're talking about a journey to love, and then you don't listen to your counterparts.
Right, that's true.
Right,
you just go
doesn't
based
go
off
hand in
of
hand.
what your thoughts are.
Uh-huh.
I said, yeah, you can't just go based off of what your thoughts and experiences are.
Oh, it'd have been terrible. It'd have been horrible.
So we talked, right? And one, like, I was really looking forward to, one of the main reasons I was looking forward to this conversation is because we talked, and I remember telling you, like, I love being able to have truly in-depth conversations with black men and walking away feeling empowered, because the unfortunate part is that's not always my story, right, when it comes to my relationships with black men. So to be able to have open and honest conversations with a black man about being vulnerable, right? To me, I feel like that's something that we have to normalize. So I'm saying all that to ask this question: why do you feel that it was important for you to, not only is, I know that it was a way of release for you, but why do you feel like it was important for you to release this book now?
So I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. So everything that happens with me is led spiritual. When I do anything opposite of what my spirit commands me to do, things don't go right.
Right.
So for me, it's a thing of obedience. Time is something that is the most valuable commodity. Right. And it doesn't come back. With time, you tend to hope wisdom comes with it. It's not always the case scenario, but you hope that it comes with it.
Right.
I've learned that in wisdom, when God sends people to me, and I'm advised to do something, and it's something that goes hand in hand with the mission I've been given, do it.
Yeah.
It's like your church says, I can, I will, and restore it. If you're supposed to do it because you can. You're supposed to. The will is already there.
Right.
Whatever faith or, whatever people choose to study, there's always something in there about being obedient, doing things in a timely manner.
Right.
And when you don't, you're going to throw things off of yourself.
Right.
And you're not the only one that's hit by that. In my life, I have my dad, my pops, my mom, my siblings, my children. So when I don't make certain moves when I'm supposed to, it doesn't affect just me. It affects the whole crew.
Yeah.
So when it's time to do something, I do my best to do it.
That's important.
But it has to be within the mission. Like I was told by a very wise man 2 years ago. He told me stick with the mission. And I've had too many times where I get confused about what's a part of the mission and what isn't, because it's a great opportunity. Or you like, I know great people that are doing amazing things, and I want to do so much stuff with them because I want to. That's not my mission.
Right.
And if I get over involved in those things, not only am I throwing my stuff off, but I'm also throwing off their stuff. Ain't cool. So with the timing, it's about doing things in the timing fashion based on when it's given to you to do. You listen to your heart or your spirit or whatever people choose to follow. Like for me, it's my spirit, you know. And when I listen to it, then things work out.
Yeah, for sure. We got some messages. Somebody said, "Oh, my cousin, hey Meek Meek." She said, "Love hurts." We got some claps from my brother. Yep. So you got some folks that's agreeing with you for sure.
Oh,
For sure. Now what I'm interested in, or I'm curious about is, you know, when you did release the book and you're talking about love, what were your male counterparts? What were their reactions to the book?
They were so proud of me. That was so dope.
Yeah.
Like I got dope brothers around me that's just proud of what I do.
Yeah.
You know, like and I'm gonna say his name. I don't even know if he's gonna hear it. So between my dudes, Kevin Davis, Derek Hardy, and Antonio Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother Quashim Heron. Like when I tell you I got a group of brothers around me that are just they're phenomenal.
Right.
You know, and they urge and push me to do stuff like this. They don't want me to contain myself. They get mad at me when I do.
Right.
You know, so yeah, to have my brother proud of me is dope. But then I got people I don't even know, like, you know, other brothers that's just they get the book and they inspired by it. You know, people actually send it home that they wrote for their wives, for their clubs. That's what I
You
think.
inspire whole movements. Look at you. You keeping marriages together?
They better not rely on me for that.
Right, we ain't gonna say, you know, what's the dude? What was the man name?
Jackson.
Him. Lord have mercy. Don't even get me started on that, but yeah.
Hey, everybody got their journey, man. That's it.
That's right. That part. That part. So, you know, in the midst of a pandemic, right? We've been able to, and we talked about this on our first interview, you know, the pandemic, it stopped a whole lot of stuff, right? It pushed back a lot of stuff. And then there's a lot of people who really still have not recovered fully from it, right? So in the midst of a pandemic, you were able to not only complete your book, but also still release it and create visual work to go along with it. What was the motivation for that? Like, what kept you going and pushed you to keep going?
My crew. I've been blessed with a solid family. My village is amazing.
Yeah.
Being in contact with Jessica was huge too. You know, heck, that's how I got to you, really.
Right. Yep. Shouts out
You know,
to Jessica
so
Moore.
yeah. Like her connect with that was like huge.
Yeah.
With several projects, like I directed one of her videos. I've directed a video that she's featured in.
Mm-hmm.
She starred my video, which I directed, and then her nephew, Glover, actually shot it.
Wow.
Letter 24. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's the people. Everybody else is doing my man Washington. Like I have a dope family. Then my sister does all the music and that's some narration. Like it's my crew.
Right. Yeah.
You know, them just being fearless and bold enough, people willing to take COVID tests. You know.
Right.
Yeah, the family coming together always making me.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So let's talk about love, man. Love, when it comes to, you know, being vulnerable, being transparent. Why do you think that we make it so hard for black men, especially, to be vulnerable when it comes to love? Like, why is that such a thing that's looked at as like a weakness or a sign of weakness if you're showing or exposing love?
I think it's what's up. I think it's a long. It's a generational curse almost that's been like placed in the back of our minds and just passed along.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate enough where I didn't have people around me that didn't tell me I couldn't cry or that I couldn't feel. I grew up with drug dealers who wouldn't let me sell drugs.
Wow.
You know, they told me it wasn't in me. I got kicked out of dope houses. You know, by friends who run shop. It's hoodlums and thugs that have kicked me out the car.
They say this ain't gonna belong here, man.
Yeah, and what I'm getting at is this. That may not be a romantic form of love, but it's love nonetheless.
Right.
Because for some reason it was placed in their hearts for them to love me enough to not put me in danger by having the same situation that they were involved in.
Right.
So that makes it easy for me to be able to speak how I speak because my life is been centered around love.
Yeah.
My mother has made huge sacrifices to give me opportunities and chances. I'm 41 years old. She still is she's probably my biggest supporter.
Yeah.
You know, I have one of my cousins for no reason just ordered 10 of my books and gave me his gifts.
Wow. That's what's up.
You know, but that's love.
Yeah.
You know, and I hope that people meet someone in their life so where that's someone that can become like their closest comrade and lover.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean that's literally what we kind of all look for. We look for somebody that can genuinely love us in a way that's original. You know, for us, it works for us. You know, and it doesn't just feel good, but it's consistent and steady. We've been taught as black men to. I know I had a lot of brothers who hold things in because they have to. They can't let certain things be seen. You know, it's not so much for weakness as much as it is for protection for themselves and for the people that they protect.
Right.
You know, now there are people who I've seen kids get whoopings and they've been told to shut up crying. Their parents are whooping they behind.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen one of my boys get snatched up as a kid and he got his behind whooped and his mama shut up crying. You know, and she smacked the hell out of him. You know, that stuff, that's trauma that you grow up with, and unfortunately, you pass along. And I think that's what kind of causes that. It's deeper than that, of course. But those are examples of like the things that the difference of somebody who's been brought up in a society or in a household where they've been told they couldn't feel compared to somebody like me who my whole village urged me to feel. You know, so it's such a huge difference in the things that men have to hold in. They feel like they really do have to. It's not something that they're doing to hide something. They feel like they have to. They've been programmed to.
Right.
And the amount of time it really takes to unprogram that stuff, it takes a lifetime. You almost got to just kind of pass it on to the next generation.
Right. So then, what do you do though? Like, and when you encounter, because when we were talking before, I was saying that I haven't had the best relationships with black men, and it's very rare to have those solid and genuine connections with black men. So what happened? Like, what do you do when you encounter, you know, like I'm the kind of person that I overanalyze everything. So if I'm talking to someone and I hear their anger, it's like I can see the trauma, right? And I know that what they're speaking, wherever they're speaking from, it's not towards me. It's not directed towards me. It's because of whatever past, whatever trauma, whatever it is that they're feeling. But then how do you combat that? How do you approach that still with love when you get pushback?
So the hard part with everything is that it always starts with how you respond. I can honestly say that I haven't been perfect with every sis that I've come in contact with, but it's always been a lesson. I'm like you. I'm over analytical. I'm very hard on myself, and I look at things for a larger scale. It's not about just myself or the person across from me. It's about an array of people and what effects that has on the next thing and the next thing. So I think it's important, and I think this is so dope about you. I'll use you as an example. You have an unusual amount of patience, and it comes from a loving place. It's not because you're forcing yourself to. It's from a loving place. So you're able to have enough patience to listen, and not listen to respond, but actually listen to take in, to see what it is that the person across from you actually needs, not so much you feel like they need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the amount of time that it actually takes to get a good response from a person, especially from, brothers, like I said, I haven't always been the coolest. But here I am, I'm at 40 years old, I released this book. It's 40 years.
Right.
It's stuff takes time. And I'm, like I said, I'm blessed enough by my dad that raised me. He still infuses things into. My grandfather still alive. Still my uncles, like they all here. So my village, it's a little different. My aunts, my cousins, my sisters, like they stay keeping me in check about something. But it takes that. I'm fortunate to have that village. It takes women like you to stay engaged with brothers like us, though, to help us get smoothed out. It just takes a longer period of time because it's just you. And you actually are one more. That was that. So I'm going to share a story with you. Yesterday, I was going into Target. And normally in these situations, black women don't listen to me. This is the deal. A car was backing out, and she was walking on the other side of the aisle. And the car was backing out. I said, "Stop walking, sister, look out." And she looked, she's on her phone. She looked up and saw the car and stopped walking.
Wow.
And she said, "Thank you." And then I was like, "Hold on." They backed on out. The guy, she waved and apologized and pulled off. And she walked over and was like, "Thank you, I appreciate you doing that." And I was like, "Oh, thank you for listening." Yeah. I'm actually not used to women listening.
Yeah.
She too far to, run over and pull back.
Yeah.
Just listened.
Yeah. So why?
A lot of brothers they hold up in the word, they say good morning, and it's real easy for me to know what I'm going to say.
Right. So why do you think that is when it comes to women?
I don't think it's a secret that you guys have been pretty bad. The women that I'm surrounded by, they have some hell of a stories. And granted, there's their side and there's the other side as well, but I'm not at liberty to say who's lying and who's telling the truth, because when it comes down to it, the impact of the effect is the impact of the effect. If I come into a wrong way, it doesn't matter what my reason is. If I come at you wrong and you feel that, no matter how you respond, you still felt something, right?
Right.
And it was from me. So it has an effect on you. So that causes, it's a cause and effect.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that lingers. And no matter what, it tends to go over to the next person involved. Hurt people hurt people.
Yeah. That's true. That's true, and it's unfortunate sometimes. I mean, because I feel like I get from a from my viewpoint on the outside looking in, when I meet brothers like you, I always I just want the best for you. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like when you see women who are responding negatively to someone just genuinely showing them love, it to me that hurts, because it's like they're not responding, based off of you. They're responding based off of past experience. Same with me. I respond based off of past experience. And I think when we were talking before, I was telling you, like, I don't always feel comfortable in a room with black men by myself. And it sucks, but that has been my experience. And it's unfortunate that sometimes, the good ones are the ones who end up getting the shitty end of the stick. Because it's like, and so I have a lot of female friends who that's their story, and then they end up meeting a good guy, and I'm like, oh man, this is the one. I know that's the one for you, but then they end up self-sabotaging. Because in their minds, it's just a matter of time before he mess up too.
But you know what though? Sometimes it takes those experiences though for the next journey to take place.
Mm-hmm.
There's the thing about love is that it's a heartbeat away from being insane.
Mm.
In my opinion, you have to be crazy to keep giving your heart away.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like something with you is a little on edge.
Right.
It's almost like you're a masochist.
Yeah.
Just a glutton for whatever.
Right.
But the thing is that I don't think people should give up on it.
Yeah.
It's just about it. It's about recognizing when it's what's yours and what isn't. And like my last relationship, I don't regret it. But it wasn't the final part of the journey as far as with that specific area.
Right.
When it comes, I don't. And personally, I feel like I left I know there's some good impressions and I know there's some bad impressions that were left. But for me personally, like, good is outweigh the bad.
Yeah.
It's just the thing that I'm looking for and that I believe that the foundation needed to be on.
Right.
So it's just about it's all learning lessons for the great for the infinite journey. Like, this is a non-ending thing.
Yeah.
I believe that in love, like, there's something else after all this.
Right.
So leaving here, this ain't enough.
Yeah.
Everything that we do here does transcend into somewhere else. And in whatever faith that I've read about, there's always something else. Whether you talk about your God, karma, or whatever, there's always a something that's reincarnation.
Right.
It's always a something.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's all about the experiences and, don't hold on too dear to something that, learn from it, keep moving.
Yeah. There's so much wisdom in what you just said. Like, that's one of the things that I think one of my personal journey as far as like healing and letting go of past trauma and letting go of past relationships is realizing that, sometimes things just don't work out because they weren't meant to work out. It doesn't mean that you hate the other person. It doesn't mean that you have to walk away, feeling bitter or angry or anything like that. It ran its course,
Yes.
and for whatever time that you had with that other person, that was your time. That was the time that y'all were meant to spend together, good, bad, or ugly. That was the time that
Yes.
you were meant to spend. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not something that there's no point in holding on to that. Like why hold on to it? Why feel bitter? Why feel angry? Why look back and be mad? you know.
So let me ask you a question.
Mm.
Have you met somebody yet that you can't define?
I have recently I wouldn't say we just met. We've actually known each other for a while, but I can't. I really cannot define this person. But it's exciting.
That was gonna be my fault. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I personally feel that when you're in love, you almost lose the words to explain who that person is. You don't have a title for what they are. You can't explain what it is that they do. But it makes sense. And it's the best thing for you. And in turn, you become the best thing for them. And you do it without intention. You don't do it because you have to. You do it because something in you is just telling you it's not only the right thing to do, but to just do it.
Right.
And as time goes, everybody had their own time frame as far as when they fall in love, when something feels right. And I know it happens because I watched my mom do. She fell in love with the dude effortlessly. He was titled husband, she was titled wife. But I'm telling you, it was something else there. And it didn't have a title. It didn't have this long explanation to it. It was simplistic and organic. And to see it, like, that's something beautiful to watch.
Yeah. It is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to connect with somebody on a level, even if where they look at you and go, I can't believe this. And you would have the audacity to go, you know what? I understand. But if you change your mind, what's the other song go? Sing it for me. Put a message in the Bible, baby.
Yep.
Sing it for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's to me that's that true genuine stuff. It's not about the box of candy. It's not about the bag. It's not about the Xbox or PS. What is it? 5?
I don't even know. I think PS.
I don't really play games anymore. So it's not about any of that stuff. You'd be amazed how a date can be a walk. Nothing even really said on the walk.
Right.
Just being present and walking. Like I think the word romance is so finite.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's all roses and candy. Romance is how the quality time is spent. No matter where it's from, it's the quality time spent. And I think when things are done without it being kind of like forced in, and it's just natural and organic, like you can't control that. You fall in love without even knowing.
Right. And it doesn't make sense.
And when the person falls in love in return, shoot, that's it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And it's something very. It doesn't make sense, and it's something that just fits. and you can't explain it, and that is something that I'm opening myself up to, you know, and I can be honest
Good.
and say that I at a why are you looking at me like that, LJ? At, at
No,
one
no,
point,
look at her like that. Look at her just like
look
that.
how she at one point, honestly, with my last relationship broke me. I can be completely honest in saying that it broke me. It really did. It broke my spirit. Because I thought that I was truly in love. And
Why?
um
Who told you
because
that?
it that's what I thought I felt. Look, she's like it was a forced idea of
Here we go.
what I thought love was supposed to be. It was.
There we go.
And I was broken by it, and after that, and even MJ can attest, I was like, man, I'm not doing this no more. Hoe is life. That was my saying. I just got sorry, mom, but that was what I was gonna do. I was like, listen, I'm not, because I got to a point. It was like we were talking when you said about love. You have to be crazy. You have to be insane to continue to put yourself out there. Not that I ever feel like I was ever perfect in any relationship, but it's like when you know that you came from a genuine place, and when that gets taken advantage of, or it's just thrown away, that hurts, that cuts, and you get to a point where it's just like, I don't want to do this anymore. You know what I mean? That is the definition of insanity. You keep doing the same thing over and over again, hoping to get a different result, and you keep getting the same result, and it's like, man, I don't want to do this no more. So hoe is life. I was this close to putting it on a shirt. But there was some healing that needed to happen, right? There was some healing that needed to happen, and the thing about it is, like, there's no bitterness. There's no anger. I wish her well. I still pray for her. I still want her to be successful. You know what I mean? Like, there's no anger, there's no bitterness, there's no any of that, because what I've done.
And here's the reason why.
Yeah.
Because what you created is one thing. Because it was the disappointment of what you created that caused you to feel the way you felt.
Yeah.
But you still love her.
Yeah.
That's just love.
Right.
It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to have the boundaries in the box. You can love somebody from afar. It's cool.
Right.
You probably doing the best thing not only for yourself but for them by not being present in that capacity anymore. They're not yours.
Right.
That would be like, I'll tell you this right now. If you're in love with somebody who's not in love with you, but because you're in love with them and they attempt to be with you, you're going to get the worst of it. And who fault is that?
Right.
Because genuinely, they might love you back, but they don't want to be there. So you're not going to get the best. You're going to get the worst of it. And that's even worse, in my opinion.
You're right, MJ. It's a whole amen corner over here. I just want you. I just want you to know. She. She about to ask. She about to pass offering in a minute. Okay. She's like. But you're right. You are absolutely right, and that's honestly, that's really why I wanted to, I feel like your book is so important, because I really feel like there's power in vulnerability. There's so much power in vulnerability, and when you're talking about love, because love can be such an insane thing, when you choose to be transparent with love and be vulnerable and share your experiences and be open and honest about love, I feel like that opens you up to those opportunities to meet someone who you cannot define.
Yes.
You know, because had you not experienced the things that you've experienced, you might still be in that trauma state, where you might be in that place where you're not even able to receive it, you know.
Yeah.
But once you actually, you know, recognize the power in the vulnerability and the healing, you know, then it opens you up to the things that you're meant to experience, you know, the other things that you're meant to experience.
The funny thing is, it's like love is a give take.
Yeah.
It's not always balanced, but it's a give take. I don't believe in a fair love. Sometimes your counterpart wins, sometimes you win. You know,
Yeah.
but the thing is, it's always a give take, and it has to be about what you're willing to give and also what you're willing to take. There are some people who can take a lot more than others, man. I don't understand how they do it, but they do. And they can tell you honestly that they're in love with a certain type of person that might talk to them a certain way, treat them as their business.
Right.
You know, there are some people who enjoy whatever they're getting from somebody who may not be as smooth as somebody else, you know, whatever. There are men out there who like to be controlled. You know, they would love to have a woman to come in to tell them what to do. And, you know, memes and social media tell you that these men are weak and stupid and whatever else. And the thing is, it's just makeup. That's how they love.
Right.
They back down to their partner in a loving way. I don't mean they punk.
Right.
They might need direction.
Right. That's
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I know women that haven't had a job since they've been with their spouse. And they cool with it. They don't feel like they're less than who they are.
Right.
But the women who stick with it in the situation and go the long distance with somebody and completely forget who they are, those are the folks that I tell you, the men that do that too. I was watching that show, Lovecraft, Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
My favorite episode is when the wife who lost her husband had to redefine herself. That was my favorite episode. That episode,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm a whole man and learned a valuable lesson.
Yeah.
In not only sticking with the mission, but also making sure that you don't take away other people's options and choices while doing what you need to do for you. Love doesn't remove people's options and choices. It's open, it's honest, and it puts it all on the table. And it gives room for that other person to be able to say yay, nay, or any otherwise.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't get lost in love to where you forget who you are. Love is supposed to help you define who you are. It's supposed to help you grow bigger. It don't break you down. Like how you said everything broke down, you're able to admit or have some accountability as far as like your decision making it.
Right.
The same with me. Like I fall in love with ideas more than I have with people. That's what's gotten me where I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's easy to fall in love with an idea.
Yeah.
It's way harder to actually fall in love with the person in front of you and accepting them for exactly who they are.
That's true.
Way harder, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, you're right, and a lot of it, what it boils down to is expectation, releasing
Correct, I agree.
expectation, and you cannot expect anyone to respond or react the way that you feel like they should, or the way that you think that you would. You know, you can't expect it. And I think if we release expectation, then that allows us to be free. You know, be free of that box that we put ourselves in. You know, like love is not supposed to be this hard and terrible thing. It's supposed to be free flowing. It's supposed to be, you know, but it's supposed to challenge you. You know, but it's not supposed to be something that's so hard that you going to bed with a headache every night and you're like, golly, just looking at the
Yeah, that
person
shouldn't
next
happen
to
at
you
all.
like, damn.
I'm gonna tell you. So I know this is a little different, but with my daughters,
Mm-hmm.
I've always said I didn't raise my daughters. My daughters raised
Mm.
me. And the reason I say that is because without forcing me, they made me become the type of man that I didn't know I could become. And because of them, I realized every time they go a year older, I realize that I have a year of maturity. Period. And that never stops.
Yeah.
So you have that kind of love, and then you have the kind of love where you look at somebody that you're in love with, and you go, "You are as he is that I am for me." It's not about you're a wife. Well, you're such a wife.
Right.
You're such a husband. What the hell is that? You know, the person that you're across from shouldn't get boxed in.
Yeah.
They are who they are. They are what they are. You know, they're unhinged, unshackled. Everything about their love is uncontrollable and unfiltered. And it fits you. And it works. And it confuses you sometimes. It kind of scares the shit out of you a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's something so beautiful about it, you can't run from it.
Right.
So when you get that, it's
Yeah. Yeah, listen, man, listen. I know we could talk forever, and we are going to talk again. But I really want people to. So ultimately, like when people get Journey to Love, right? And y'all make sure y'all go and I want you to tell people how they can get it and all that. So make sure y'all go purchase Journey to Love. All right. 40 letters of love, or 40 letters to love, right? Yes. There we go. Boom. So y'all make sure y'all get that. Ultimately, when people read this book, what is it that you want? What is it that you're trying to convey, or that you are conveying, and that you want people to get from it?
that love is beautiful at any level. Don't try to control it. Just flow with it. It don't always mean it's gonna work in your favor.
Right.
But you can't be afraid to let it have its place, to let it take its course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything in there, I was writing to a woman who I made the embodiment of love. Everything about my experience with her was from here. When you read it, understand that love isn't just a faded idea, it's real. You can be in love, and you can get lost in that, and not get so caught up in the facade of, they have to own this and give you this. And, come on. I know people that's madly in love and they go work full-time jobs and come home to spend the full day with each other, rubbing each other's feet, reading books. Everybody's idea of being in love and having a long-lasting love doesn't involve the bag.
Right.
As much as it does, just being treated like humans and respecting each other without trying.
Yeah.
And doing all the little things that you want the other person to enjoy like nothing else.
Right.
And that's what the book is about. It's about unfiltered, unadulterated just love.
Yeah.
And don't put any chains or restrictions on it. Just love.
Just
And if you
love.
fall in love, let that go. Let it go.
Just love.
Don't know how long it's gonna last.
Right. Just love. So how can people get in contact with you? How can they get the book and all that good stuff?
So our website is eastpaulsnow.com. That's EASTPAWSNOW.com. My book is available on there, or they can go directly to Amazon. That's where I exclusively sell it through Amazon.com. They can get it for Kindle or paperback. You just type in my name, Booker Snow, Journey to Love, and it should pop right up. Or you can go to my website, eatfallsnow.com, and it's right there on the first page. Also, you can contact me through my manager, Donna Mitchell, at demusicmanagement@gmail.com.
Well, as always.
And then all my social media handles, I'm on Facebook, the Booker Snow, and then everything else, Eat Fall Snow. I'm so findable.
Yes, you are, and I'm like, from the first time that we met, you know, like I'm coming to visit. We gonna meet up at some point in person. We gonna make it happen.
Indeed.
So I want to make sure that again, I love you. I appreciate you.
I love you too, sister.
Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for everything that you continue to do. And please tell Jessica I said hey.
Indeed.
For sure. So thank you, sir. I love you, and we'll definitely be in touch. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, all right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in once again to the Random Thoughts of Rain podcast, the live edition. Make sure you support Booker Snow. Make sure you go get that book, Journey to Love. Make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel. He does have some visuals that go along with the book. So make sure y'all follow, support, like, share, all that good stuff, and let's support this brother in his first book. All right, April 13th, 100 episodes of Random Thoughts of Rain. Shouts out to the whole MPN network. I couldn't have done it without y'all. So I love y'all. Peace.